go.
Hello, this is Dina Liska. I am an injury prevention program manager with Children's Hospital of Wisconsin. And today I'm going to share with you some teen driver safety things. So what I'd like to do is just start off with the objectives. So we all know what we're going to do today and we're on the same page. So after today, I'm hoping that you guys will be able to list some key factors in teen driving crashes, explain the role of graduated driver licensing in preventing deaths and injuries from traffic crashes, and identify ideas for your own project, because I understand that you guys are working on projects or will be. So I'm hoping that you guys will leave with some really good things that you can do, ideas and things to use. So what I want to do is start off with introductions. So if you don't mind sharing your video, please do. If you don't want to, I understand, and that's totally fine. But I want to do two things. Is I'll just go down the list and have you introduce yourselves and tell me your favorite ice cream flavor. And while we do this, if you could please open this SurveyMonkey link. You can just type it in, it's not that long. So just open the link while we're doing the introductions. Okay, so I have Jordan as the first one in my view. So Jordan, will you just unmute and say hi to us?
All right, hi, I'm Jordan. I'm from Milwaukee, and I'm from like the Bayview team. And my favorite ice cream flavor is chocolate chip cookie dough.
Ooh, good choice. Good choice. All right, MJ, you're next.
Okay, hold on 1 minute. My name is MJ, which stands for Mary Jean Urshan Cook, and my favorite cookie dough is, or my favorite ice cream is turtle.
Oh, I like turtle too.
Love it.
Yep. Thank you. Janice, can you say hi?
Hi, my name is Janice. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and just like Jordan, my favorite ice cream flavor is also chocolate chip cookie dough, so that's really cool.
That is cool. All right, and Damien. Damien, are you there?
Hello, my name is Damien Fisher. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and my favorite ice cream flavor is also chocolate chip cookie dough.
Damien, your sound was a little hard to hear. Did you say that yours is also cookie dough? Give us a thumbs up or something if you did. That's really funny that all three of you have chosen cookie dough. And my favorite would be chocolate, but anything chocolate with peanut butter cup in it, or chocolate peanut butter of any form. So Mary Jean, the turtle is kind of close to that with the chocolate and the caramel.
Exactly. Yeah. But
Yep.
I like peanut butter too, so.
Yes, I do too. Okay, so that was fun. I like knowing just a little bit about who is on the call and who we're talking with. And it gave us a chance to hopefully open that link. Were you guys able to open the SurveyMonkey at all?
No.
No?
I'm on it right now.
Are you able to put it in the chat box, Deanna?
Yes, I can. I didn't even think to do that. Thank you. Let's see, how can I get the chat box while I'm sharing? I think I have to stop sharing to get the chat box.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. There we go. That'll make life so much easier. Thank you, Mary Jean.
You're welcome.
All right. So let me know when you've got that up and you can see it. How you guys doing? Jordan, are you good?
Yep, I'm working on it right now.
Okay. MJ, were you able to get it open?
Yep, I'm working on it too.
And Janice?
Yep, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, Damien, did you get it? Okay, so I see you starting to enter some of your results, and I'm going to leave this survey open for the people who couldn't attend in person. But let's start going through some of these. So go ahead and the first question is, what is your age? Go ahead and check the correct age, and check the correct licensure on the second question. All right, it looks like some of you have started to answer, so you just let me know when you're through the survey, and then we can go through it.
Okay, I just finished.
Fantastic, thank you.
This is a great survey.
Good, I'm glad you guys like it.
I don't know the answer.
There's some tricky ones in there.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing? Still moving through those questions?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm done. Yay.
Great.
Oh, I only got 50%.
Oh. Well, we're going to go through it and we're going to talk about this. So, all right, so let's just go ahead and start going through. And if you are still answering the few last questions, that's okay. You'll stay ahead of us. Okay, so it looks like we have 15 is the age and unlicensed as of right now. So that just helps me to kind of know just a little bit more about you and where you're at in the licensing. Okay, so the first question, which of these is not a word that we use to describe motor vehicle deaths and injuries? So 50% said accident. That is correct. Motor vehicle deaths and injuries are not accidents, they are preventable. And so we use crash or collision or wreck when we talk about motor vehicle deaths and injuries. Question number 2, how many teens lose their lives in crashes each year? 2,000 was the unanimous answer here. Nationwide, the total is actually 4,000. It is one of the leading causes of injuries and deaths to children of all ages, including teens. What percent of teen driving deaths involve alcohol or drugs? Ooh, yes, you are correct, 25%. A lot of people think it's a lot more than that, but actually it's 25%. And so that means that 75% of the crashes are not caused by drugs and alcohol. So there are other factors involved in the majority of those crashes. All right, the next question. Of the people who lose their lives in collisions or crashes each year, oh, I'm sorry, there's a wording issue. How many would still be alive if they had worn a seatbelt? It is 50%. 50% of the people who lose their lives in crashes each year would still be alive if they wore a seatbelt.
Yeah, I thought that was higher.
Yeah, some of them are belted already. Okay, how many of all car crashes involve phone use? The answer is 1 in 4, and those were some tricky choices. So kudos to those of you who picked out that right answer, 1 in 4. Now that's documented. We think that those numbers are a lot higher when you actually look at people's behaviors in the car. And I'm sure you guys can all attest to that, that a lot of people are using their phones. And it's contributing to a significantly higher number of crashes than this. The #1 influencer of teens' driving attitudes and behaviors. So we have a split between friends and parents. And the answer to this one is parents. So a lot of times parents are not as well educated on GDL as maybe the teen who's taking driver education. But parents are one of the influential factors. They do a lot of practice driving with us. They teach us a lot of things about responsibility and risk. And so their opinions are really well ingrained in a lot of us as we start driving. The risk of a crash with one passenger under 21 years of age doubles. That is correct. And when you add another passenger, it doesn't triple, it quadruples. So it grows exponentially with every passenger that you add. And then the #1 killer of teens in the United States is reckless and distracted driving. Very good. Very good. All right. So thank you for taking the time to do that and to answer those questions. Are there questions that you have about the quiz? Are there facts that you want to know more about, or questions that that weren't asked or answered in this survey? Okay, you can enter them in the chat box if you think of them. I'm going to show you one other tool that is kind of a fun tool to look at some things. It's called the Wheel of Death. It's actually a probability wheel, but the Wheel of Death is a much more accurate description, because this is what happens when you introduce distractions to driving. So this is something that if you create an account on Impact Teen Drivers, you can access this and you can do what you'd like to do with it. So we're going to line up the arrows, and let's choose yellow is daytime and red is nighttime. So should we do daytime or nighttime? What do you think? Somebody give us a
Daytime.
Daytime? All right, and how many passengers?
3.
3 passengers, daytime. Okay, and then let's choose a distraction. No distractions, eating or drinking, adjusting the hair or makeup.
Eating.
Eating. I think a lot of people, that would be a distraction that people might think is not that significant. And then let's say you are reading a text that's coming in on your phone. So your risk of being in a crash is 782%. It's 7 times greater
Whoa.
than if you were not doing any of those activities. So you can go in and play with this wheel and show family members or show friends what happens when you start to add in these risk factors. So you take one look in the mirror to make sure that your hair is pulled back, or that your sunglasses look good, and you're switching music on your phone, and your risk of being involved in a crash is 9 times greater, almost 10. Okay, so that's a resource you guys can use, and the place that we found that is on the website called Impact Teen Drivers. And they have a ton of great resources here. They have videos and classroom materials, lesson plans, posters, all kinds of things if you're looking at sharing information with people. So you can go to that site and look for that. All right. We have a couple things in the chat I just wanted to check in. Okay. So let's keep moving. The next thing that I wanted to do is talk about GDL. So the risks of being involved in a crash are important to know. You guys did a really good job on the quiz. And so you have a really good understanding of what types of things cause crashes and make crashes worse. The good news is that there's also things we can do to prevent crashes. So it's not just this hopeless picture, but we can actually do things to prevent crashes. And so I wanted just to show you, I'll send this presentation to MJ after so that you can go to all these links. But there is a module on GDL, graduated driver licensing, what Wisconsin requires and what that looks like. There is a video on lessons that were learned as drivers. We actually asked the teens that were helping us film this first video if they would talk to us about their driving experiences, and almost every single one of them had been involved in a crash. Some serious, some minor, but a lot of them agreed to tell their stories and what they learned about driving as a result of the crash that they were involved in. So you can go to that video and watch their stories if you'd like. If you have your own story, we would love to hear about it. You're welcome to reply to us or to send us a video of your story as well. The other thing that I want to talk about is practice. So graduated driver licensing provides time for all new drivers to get practice time, to get better at driving. So there's a time period when you are when you're learning to drive that you have an instruction permit. And then there's a time period where you have a probationary license. And the probationary license has restrictions initially on when you can drive, so what time of day, and who you can have in the car with you. And the time of day is restricted, so between midnight and 5 a.m., your restrictions are greater than during the day because the risk is greater. And then you're also limited on the number of teen passengers that you can have with you for the first 9 months because, as we saw in the survey, your risk doubles or triples or quadruples with each passenger that you add. So that's what GDL helps to do. And it does that so that you as a new driver have time to practice and develop your skill at driving. So one of the fun videos that we did was highlighting the number of hours that it takes to become a proficient driver. And so I just want to show you this, and it should open from here. And I'd like to know if you identify with any of these.
What is this? I can't do it. I can't do it.
There's no big secrets here. Never painted do this every day. Close enough. Wash the brush. Wash the roll brush. Make the bucket dirty.
So I'm curious, how many of you play a sport or an instrument or have done anything else that requires practice?
I did.
I do.
So how many hours would you say you have spent practicing the thing that you do?
A lot.
Yeah.
More than 30?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to feel like you were good at it?
I would say probably like 3 months.
And Damien's chatting in as well that he has something that he's practiced 5 hours a day, that it took about 2 months for him to become confident or feel like he was good at it. And I think that's true for everybody. If you handed me a violin and I had never played the violin before, it wouldn't be a good thing. You wouldn't appreciate it because the practice is so important. And driving is the same. So it takes practice, it takes time, it takes encouragement, and it takes help from people who are already good at it. People who can teach you how to do it, just like the other things that you do. So when you're ready to drive, make sure that you set enough time aside to practice. Make sure your people taking you out driving and your sponsors and parents understand how important that practice is. And if you start to get frustrated, really just think of these other things that you do that require so much practice. And don't be too hard on yourself, because it does take time to learn to be good at things. And that's really the point of graduated driver licensing, is to give you the time to become good at that before the pressure's on and before you're asked to drive all different places and different road conditions, weather conditions, drive siblings around. So really take the time to practice when you're given that opportunity. All right, I am going to leave PowerPoint again. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about something called Create Real Impact. Have you heard of it before?
Nope.
No.
Not sure.
All right. Well, Create Real Impact is a contest that's part of the Impact Teen Drivers program that we looked at. And I want to show you some of the examples of the work that students have submitted. So if you look on the left side of your screen, you can see that there's creative writing, video, graphic design, music, and a new Spanish category. So I don't have Spanish examples because that one's new, but I'm going to show you a couple of examples of the other ones. So the website is Create Real Impact, and you can go see some of their past entries. So let's look at one of their video entries.
It's like she doesn't even see me. We'll be talking and everything will be fine. And then she takes me in the car and then she just turns me off. And I'm like, and then she gets out of the car and then she turns me back on. It's like nothing ever happened. I'm like, what?
So just a quick example, and you can see there's so many more examples here that you can take a look at if you're interested. There's also digital art, which has examples. And then there's creative writing pieces. I will let you click on some of these and look at them, but there's great variety in some of these entries. And then there's music. Let's just play one of them.
We're on the road. You know to take it slow. Hands are on the wheel. You know doing your makeup is not ideal. Have your seatbelt on.
So there's a little sample of that. And then there's some outreach materials that are produced by the Create Real Impact contest people. So there is some examples of the Create Real Impact. It is a national contest. There are winners chosen in each of these areas. And then once the national winners are selected, we have a partnership with Create Real Impact to select state winners also for the state of Wisconsin. So if you don't win the national category, you may win the state choice. And there are a number of different categories, and there's a new teacher advisor category also. So these are the contest dates. And I'm thinking that some of the projects that you're already considering might be contest worthy, or might be something that you would want to also submit to the contest. So I would like to stop talking and let you guys talk for a little bit. And I'd like you to give me some ideas on if you were going to participate in the contest, what kinds of things might you consider? What topics might interest you? What information would you still need? Let's just hear from you guys a little bit. MJ?
Yeah.
Could you talk a little bit about the projects that they're going to be engaging in?
I haven't received any of them yet, except for I know Bannon is working on a survey related to COVID, and then she's going to do a webinar. And so, Janice, do you want to talk about your ideas? We've been chatting back and forth about that.
I was planning on working with some friends to make fiber arts crafts to give to hospitals, like maybe cross stitching and embroidery, and to give encouragement messages during COVID-19, so that they'll have that connectedness, like especially patients who are in the isolation ward and all that, so that they'll have like a sense of connection, and we're planning to distribute them to hospitals.
That's fantastic.
Thank
That's
you.
fantastic. Have you thought about how you're going to distribute them?
Yeah, my mom is a nurse, and she says she's planning on distributing them to like the hospital that she works at. So yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Very good.
Thank
That
you.
sounds like it's going to be a really nice way to address some of the mental health pieces of just the changes that we've all gone through in the past couple of months.
Thank you.
Jordan, do you have any ideas yet?
I don't have any ideas that I'm like gonna do yet, but it's just been interesting to kind of hear from all the different people. And so I've been thinking about like what I'm gonna do, and I'm still in the brainstorming part.
Perfect. That's great.
Fantastic. Thank you.
And Damien? He's not sure yet either.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Damien.
So I don't, even though I'm not sure, I might do this. So, it might not be true. Actually, cousin's birthday is in today. 2 days. So I can, maybe if there's like leftover food, we did this for my aunt's baby shower, give some of the food to the homeless.
That would be great.
That's very thoughtful.
Very, very nice.
Okay. I'm impressed at the ideas and the work and the topics that you have all covered this summer. I just think it's fantastic that you're engaging in this kind of work. And I really hope that if you need support on these projects, or if you have connected with anything moving forward, that you are able to reach out to the people that presented and shared and get more information, because I just think you guys are doing great work. Let me move to this last slide so that you have my contact information. And like I said, I'll also send this presentation to MJ so that she can forward it to you. So you have all the links to the things that we talked about. And let me just send you these in the chat box as well. So while I do that, do you have any other questions or comments or anything that you'd like to talk about regarding traffic safety?
No, not that I can think of.
And Damien said no in the chat box. Excellent. Well, great presentation, Dina. That was awesome. I learned so much.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. In case you're interested in the Create Real Impact materials, there are, let me just see if I can find it really quick. Oh, I'm in the wrong section. There is a section in here on how to use data, and the data that is, here it is. If you're going to use stats in your entry, which is exactly where I took the quiz from. So if you are interested in following up on the quiz questions or want that information again, this is where the quiz came from. And then there's a couple of infographics if you wind up doing a project for school or doing something else. You can pull these infographics and they're free for you guys to download. Thank you so much for your time today, for being a part of this program, and for your willingness to learn just so much about safety and injury prevention and preparedness. And it's just really encouraging to see you guys engaging in this over the summer. Thank you.
That's great. And I know that others will be watching the video afterwards because they're in school already. For many of our campers, school started already in other states. And so anyway, and then Damien had asked if we could continue this after we're done at the end of the month. And so I would like to actually bring the Teen Impact back when we have, we're thinking of maybe putting on like monthly Zoom calls, like maybe on the weekends, so that others can join, or maybe in the evening because of school. We'll have to survey everyone and see what's the best time. But that would be great if we could even bring it back for a refresher. Damien says weekend's great, so we'll send out one of those survey monkeys to everyone and have them give us feedback on how it would be best to organize virtual Ready Camp sessions after we end this month. So just to keep the momentum going and everything. So, and then hopefully next summer we'll be able to meet you in person, Dina, and
that would be
have
great.
have you go through some of these activities with Ready Campers. So, all right.
Terrific.
Well, yeah, thank you everyone. And I'm hoping I will send an email out on Sunday, but it probably will be Sunday because I have to recreate the email group on my work laptop because of everything. And so anyway, I will send out the information, and next week is our topic is law enforcement. And so we will have several different law enforcement officers from different positions joining us next week, and you will learn about their profession and all that they do. All right? Okay, well, thank you everyone for joining. Today is next, Damien says is next week, week 10, and yes it is. Next week is week 10, and so it's public safety and law enforcement. And one of the days I will let you know about what I've been going through here since Sunday. So it's been quite interesting, but we all have to protect ourselves. And so I have lots of lessons learned that each of you can also learn from what I've been experiencing here. So anyway, we will talk to you later. And thank you again, Dina. That was absolutely awesome.
Absolutely. Thanks
Thank
for the
you.
invitation.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.